crazy, man. But yeah, hopefully we ain't got to talk about that shit no more.
Right.
But every week,
It'll be something else, and it'll be because of them. Watch it. All you haters and shit that run around on social media and talk about us and all that, where y'all getting your information from? The haters. They feeding it to everybody.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely, man. So, Boosie could be back in trouble, bro.
Yeah, I seen you put that up.
Yeah, Boosie, man. He caught a case. I think it was in Dallas or Houston. But he was on federal supervised release. So, one of the rules is that you cannot catch a new case when you're on. That's anything, parole, probation. When you do that, when you catch a new case, it's like you violated, dog. Like, regardless of what they think happened, you violated, right? So the federal, the supervisors of the feds are trying to get his supervised release revoked. If this happens, he could end back up in the feds as you know it. So, again, this incident happened, allegedly, in a Houston area nightclub back in May 2026 when he was hit over the head with an object. He fell dripping from his head. The security guard told investigators when he turned around, he saw Boosie holding a broken hookah case, leading the guard to believe that Boosie smashed him over his head. I'm not laughing at the guy. It's just
Boosie.
Yeah. Now, security guard told investigators that he witnessed the incident. Now, after that, a warrant was put out for Boosie's arrest. He did secure $85,000 bond, and he is actually set to return to court after the summertime, September 2026. Now, probation supervisors in California added that Boosie was in Houston without permission from the court. They also alleged Boosie was a headliner at a Dome nightclub without requesting approval from his probation officer, a required condition of a supervised release. Now, to Boosie's credit, I did see him post that he got that issue ironed out, supposedly, about him being able to leave and go to another state and perform. Now, they said, unfortunately, defendant had failed to capitalize on the opportunity afforded by the court. Within weeks of starting supervised, he exhibited a pattern of noncompliance and has failed to adhere to the most basic monitoring restrictions. His conduct demonstrates a disregard for the court's authority and unwillingness to comply with the expectations established to facilitate a successful transition to the community. Now, again, they are recommending, right, that Boosie serve an 18-month prison sentence to be served consecutively with whatever sentence is handed down in the Houston, Texas case. Probation supervisors are further recommending Boosie serve 18 months supervised release after. So they want 18 months, whatever, running consecutively, right, with whatever he gets charged with, if he gets charged in the Houston case, and then another 18 months of him being back on that sort of probation that they got. Now, probation supervisors are asking the court to force Boosie to comply with any court order requests to search him and his property. Not looking great at all.
Yeah.
That's very bad. Now, here's what I'll say. I'll go first on this one. There's possibly a chance if there's no camera footage, if the witness don't show up, because it's like, all right, it looks, you think it's obvious. Somebody smack you upside the head, you turn around and they got something in his hand. But lawyers can try to get around that shit. Oh, yeah. They're gonna say Boosie picked it, somebody else did it, Boosie just picked it up. Anything. But it still don't look good because you got a slap in the wrist, dog. They said, and now you catching. But I always say this: Boosie's in these places. I ain't gonna say hole in the walls, but he's in these places where he getting shot. He got to go into these type of places where shit can go down like that. It's unfortunate. Maybe it's fortunate for him because he's getting money, but it's just like it's too many things happening with his name, and they're not gonna play around with you, man. They're not. So, what's your thoughts on Boosie?
That he'll always be on this merry-go-round of bullshit. This is something that's been following him his whole career.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he always seems to find a way. I mean, hell, this brother was on death row for crying out loud. He found his way out and continued a career and things like that. So he's always been in this. I don't think anything's going to shake him when it comes to these type of allegations, situations. But at the end of the day, he could possibly do some time. He could. And when I think about the nightclub situation, I know that nightclub situation very well. And if he did do it, there could be some private conversations going on between him or somebody and that individual, and some money can be slid. And you know what I mean? You leave court, let bygones be bygones. You was drunk, I was drunk. Here's a couple of dollars. Let's just call it for what it is, and that could get thrown out. But do I honestly believe that if that is thrown out and he's put on another type of supervision type of requirement that he's going to adhere to it? No, absolutely not. This is Boosie.
Right.
I mean, he's going to do what he do. He's going to smoke. He's going to party. He's going to get his money. You know what I mean? And the thing that's crazy is every time he seemingly does what he does, it doesn't seem like he has the vibe of or the energy to hurt anybody. He's out here just trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
Trying to have a good time, chill, but he's in these environments that breeds trouble. And when he sees trouble, he's not going to go ahead and Boosie ain't the type of dude to go out, run out the back door and let his security
He want the smoke.
He want the fucking smoke.
Yeah.
At the same time, because it's who he is. So I think these type of situations will follow this man for the rest of his life. This could be another one that he diverges and gets away from, or he may have to do some time. But I'm also of the belief that if Boosie in particular does time, that he's the type of individual that can get out and get right back rolling. Because the type of personality he has, the type of dude he has, the type of dude he is, that music doesn't necessarily have to fuel the career. He can get back going, and I don't know where social media or where it's going to look like in 5-10 years, and I'm not saying he's about to do all that time, but he could get out of a situation, get back on the road, find a wave, and surf that motherfucker on his way to continuing to do music. He don't need to sell out arenas. He ain't looking for big tours. He's looking for these areas that's going to give him 3, 4, 5 racks. I'm going to go ahead and clear this 300, 400 venue the fuck out, get my money, and move on.
Hey, you think he's doing shit that small?
Probably.
Yeah.
When the last time he put out some music that hit the charts or did anything that warrant him getting that kind of money at a stadium or a Coachella or anything like that?
He probably doing a few of them joints on the weekend.
He know his lane.
Yeah.
He know his lane, and he's fucking his lane up, which is dope. But, I mean...
Yeah, I'm coming to get that shit.
He coming to get that shit. He just seemed like that type of brother that, unfortunately, this will always follow him. And I hate to see it because he does... You see him, and he's laughing. He's making somebody laugh. He's funny as hell. He's smiling. He ain't out here toting guns or doing none of that dumb shit no more. But he's always had this level in his personality. You talking about a code. He has a code. It may be his own code, but he sticks by that shit.
Right.
And that'll always kind of have legal troubles, I guess, behind it. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely, man. So what's going to happen with this guy, Aiyuk, man, that was moving to the sport? This is getting bad, man.
So?
Yeah, it's just, according to Adam Schefter, he's like, teams is looking at this dude like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah.
And like, even like, all right, he might not be a Karen's in the locker room, but do you want to bring somebody to your team that has the propensity to fucking just go off and do some wild shit? It just, I don't know, man. Again, I'm hearing a lot of different things, Richard Sherman. Nobody really knows exactly the whole story, I guess, but it's just like, what are you doing, dog? And well, do the Commanders even want that at this point? Dude, he makes it seem like the Commanders about to sign. Like, I didn't talk to AP and they gonna sign my ass. That might not be the case. Yeah. No team might not want to bring him in. I don't care if it's a prove-it deal, a 10-day deal, a 3-year deal. They just might not want the headache, the media headache. You know what I mean? Of that, So I don't know, man. Again, I don't think he was a locker room cancer. I don't think that. I think he could be a good player wherever he goes. I just don't get why he keeps doing this shit on social media. I just don't get. I think it's just going to rub owners the wrong way, even if he's justified. Yeah. Because you know how they want. They want that guy who's just going to just be quiet and not say anything and be humble. That's what they want. They don't want this AB type shit. Mm-hmm. So have you heard anything? Because I know the beat writers see it. I know that. Has anybody saying anything? Like, oh, they're going to sign this guy? They don't know either.
The beat writers have their opinions, but we're so buttoned up and quiet over there that they don't even really know either.
What's their opinions?
They have opinions that the Commanders are interested in Aiyuk, right? This has been for months. This was prior to the beginning of free agency when John Lynch said that he'll never play it down again for San Francisco, and everybody thought he was going to get released then, and he didn't get released. They were talking about that since, and I'm not going to sit here and defend Brandon Aiyuk because he's a good football player and I want him to come to my team. I'm going to look at this straight objectively, right? He was very quiet when they took his money away. He was quiet until June 1st when he thought he was going to get cut. Then he started running his mouth. Now, how he's running his mouth is very immature. It's extremely immature. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't bring up, and I know the play is he wants to play for Washington. His boy is there. His best friend is there. He trusts that quarterback. He wants to go play with 5. All right, cool. But to publicly continue just to say that to continue to say the Commanders' name, to throw the hat out there while you're still technically employed by another team is an immature look. This shit's immature to me. What I don't like, and it has nothing to do with Brandon Aiyuk, it's these NFL former players that now have microphones that call him crazy.
Yeah.
That call him Antonio Brown.
Right.
Nigga, Antonio Brown was up for murder. He threw shit off a 15-foot balcony, almost hit a kid. He's done some wild shit. Brandon Aiyuk ain't done none of that. Now, you may not like how he's doing things on social media. Hell, I don't like how he's doing everything on social media. I go every time he says the Commander's name, I'm like, God damn, they're gonna try to hit us with fucking
tampering
or some shit. Like, because what if we do end up signing a dude? They're gonna try to hit us with something because of him running his mouth the way that he is. But I just don't like the narrative of, oh, he's mentally unstable. I don't think he's crazy. I don't think he's a genius. I think he's incredibly immature. I think that he stayed quiet for a very long time, and now this is his way deciding that he thinks it's a good idea to get out of that contract. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think the easiest and best way to get out of that contract is to show up at that motherfucking building in San Francisco and force your way out. Once you get out, let whoever sign you. Now, I think he's saying the Commander's name and doing things like that to kind of keep people away from wanting to trade for him and wanting
That's
to sign him.
stupid, though.
It's not the smartest move.
Yeah, you want to have all your doors open. What if
Not
the
the
Commanders
smartest
say no?
And they
You
go
ain't-
sign Stephon, which could happen.
Yeah.
I don't like the most intriguing part of this situation.
I'm
to me
signing
is,
Stephon.
I don't know.
He just been playing already.
Yeah, I would sign Stephon too. I'm willing to see Brandon Aiyuk's upside, but given and if we sign him still, I'm cool with it. I'm not gonna sit back and act like I'm mad at it. You got some people like, I'm gonna turn my back on the organization. Nah, nigga, I don't give a fuck about you. All this stupid, wild, extra shit.
Right.
Because they don't like how he's perceiving himself on social media when he's never. He had the one thing where he was speeding. He did wrong. He ain't never broke laws. He never got into domestic disputes. He's never done anything on the field. I got Richard Sherman, who I respect, smart dude. But again, you act like you want an NFL player. What if he gets upset and he starts crying for the ball? Bro, he had fucking Brock Purdy throwing him the ball. He had Garoppolo throwing him the ball. Other people. He never cried about not getting the ball during that time. So why would he do that then? Let's be concerned about his actions and call him immature, but let's not jump off the roof and act like some of these other media members. When y'all were former NFL athletes and y'all know the game, that's the only thing that upsets me. If you think that he's being detrimental to his career, if you think that he's being immature and he's going about it the wrong way, I have nothing to say.